We got a 3-2-1 pills. Let's see it happen.
Hey, Swong. Okay, he's in level 6, so no problem. There we go.
After all that, Swong actually got out the gate first, which surprises me a little
Yeah,
bit. But here we go. Dave with a solid start, keeping all of his plays at the top of the board, while Swong is having to play a lot of his pieces at the bottom because the colors that he's getting just don't match his top line.
yeah, and in addition, he has already lost two columns at this point, so it's going to be a very split board. So it means exactly having to play in all directions.
Yeah, having to play in all directions and also not having as many options means it's harder to place pills that use both halves of the pill efficiently. So this will be a really interesting start.
Yeah, so far, well, Dave exactly taking advantage of that and being about 4 or 5 viruses above what Swang has right now.
Definitely not an insurmountable lead, but
Yeah,
definitely
and
noticeable as well. And there's quite a lot of garbage on Swang's board as well. It's sort of messy at the moment.
yeah, but it's also part of having to play these two boards. Well, now everything is on the left side, and yeah, he's going to need the right pills to start opening up those few viruses that he has there. Meanwhile,
Dave
Dave
just
waiting
waiting
just
on
for
some
red.
red.
Yeah.
Yeah, one more and he'll be out at about 127. A solid
Uh,
starting first level 8.
yeah, with a little bit of a pause buffer there, but
Oh well,
nothing terrible will go there. And Song is out at 140, so not a bad time either. Da- Dave doesn't have a lot of yellow on his top line, so that's going to be complicating stuff for a bit on his side. Swang also not a lot of yellow to have access to.
yeah, it's really interesting that there's this drought on both boards. Um, it does look like once Swan gets down to the bottom of his board, then he's going to have a ton of places for yellow, which it's really interesting to be in that situation where you can't use it, you can't use it, you can't use it, and then all of a sudden you need a billion of it.
Yeah, it's very yellow on the bottom as you point out. I'm not sure. I think he's trying to talk stuff and he's missing the talk. So maybe a little bit of nervousness at this point by Song. Uh, on Dave's side, he's almost out of yellows. He only has two more yellow viruses, which he doesn't have access really to. So yeah, that's also meaning he's trying to figure out what to do with pills that have some yellow on them.
Yeah, and also trying, I mean, the other thing you have to be doing at that point is working out how to be as efficient as possible with your red because that's definitely, I mean, it's the only color he has left, practically speaking.
Yeah,
Um,
this at this point is basically what he has left. So you try to go for some kind of shape or something like that. Oh, that's
and
going to
it
be
looks
very
like
helpful.
that stalling for that red is going to cost him the lead here as Swang leaves level 7 first at a 322.
Yeah, but oh, Dave is out at 324. So there you go. He's not
Very
too far
close.
behind.
Yeah, very close.
Okay, and on Song's side, he doesn't have a lot of red on the top. Mostly it's blue really at this point. Yellow and red are missing from the top line.
Yeah.
Uh, Dave has a much more varied board, so he's going to be able to just dig quicker at this point and maybe take more advantage than what he has already.
Maybe, although once again, it looks like red is going to be a serious problem for the Dave here, as his entire right-hand side is red, red, red.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's running into a point where the game is not giving too much red, and yeah, he's gonna have to deal with that right side, as you point out, as soon as possible. Otherwise, if he waits too long, he's going to be suffering much later.
And I do like Swang's board here. He's got a lot of color variety, which means that gives him a lot of options for making plays here. Looks like he's going to take a little bit of a risk here and try to get that yellow horizontal, even though there's no support for it underneath at the moment. He's going to have
Yeah,
to build that up a little bit.
yeah, I think that's exactly why he put that blue red there, just to try and hope for the right pills. There you go. He goes on the right side and gets a shape as well. So
And what do you think of that blue on the very bottom in column 5 or 6 there? Boy, that's
It's
going to be a fun one.
Oh, I'm putting that yellow there. Yeah, it's going to take some time to dig it out. So we'll have to see how Swong deals with it. But that's going to give Dave time to figure out how to finish this level 8, which
Yeah, and
those two
Dave did
pills.
a beautiful pre-play there where he set some horizontal yellow up so that it would fall in the right place. Wasn't in the right place to begin with, but it fell there and looked real nice.
Yeah, our two players about 10 seconds of difference there between each other. So it's still very close. We'll have to see who manages to get out of level 9 the earliest. Dave,
With 36 to 35 virus count, it is anybody's game, although this misdrop by Dave is looking a little bit painful.
yeah, unfortunately, that is just paralyzing everything else, and he's going to. Oh, I thought he would open up that left side. Perhaps that was the better play to just start getting more access to other colors other than blue.
Yeah, that's definitely a priority.
But in the meantime, Swang taking almost 10 viruses of advantage. So yeah, Swang trying to just finish this as quick as possible. Dave still having to figure out how to bring down his top line.
Yeah, although he is making plans now that set him up for playing stuff that isn't blue, even though blue is in his top line, getting horizontal plans and so forth. So that's the nice way to deal with that kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. You have to play in an interesting way or play sideways just to try and find ways to use whatever you're getting at this point.
Hmm. But
A dozen
Swang, very
viruses
clean
there.
bottom of his board here. Just going to need a ton of red is going to be the main thing that he's waiting on, it looks like.
Yeah, I think he's going to play some of the viruses horizontally. There we go, just getting all of the blues that were on the bottom row out of the way, and
For sure.
almost everything is really on site. And he just needs, yeah, like you say, some reds, and perhaps a red blue would be very helpful here to open up everything.
He's going to
And
have to take a little bit of fall time unless he gets a double red, but that's a small price to pay because it looks like he's going to be out of level 9 at a 736.
yeah, and
Just a
unfortunately,
little
on the
bit
other
ahead
side,
of theeedave here.
yeah, Dave needing a lot of red help there at the end. Unfortunately, it was level 9 that made him fall to Swong. At this point now, 1-0. So Dave, I think, yeah, he's going to just finish this.
For sure. There's only 1 or 2 viruses left. Of course, you finish it.
There we go. And Dave is out at a 10. So good job there, keeping it very tight all the way to the end. But unfortunately, it was level 9 that made the difference here.
Yeah, that's for sure. It was close going into level 9, and then Swang just pulled way ahead. Dave had 1 or 2 misdrops, and that really made the difference. So hopefully in this next round we'll get to see some misdrop free play. Although, if you work out how to do that, please tell me.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to be careful, but really, since we are going for speed, sometimes misdrops are going to happen. It's just human nature.
For sure. Yeah, you got to play off the do you make the move quickly and increase your risk, or do you take slow it down a little bit and make sure you get it right? And that's a tough trade-off to be making 100 times in a game.
Yeah, definitely. So we're getting started with game number 2. Oh, I was just noticing. Yeah, there's a difference between our two players. Swang playing on medium while Dave is playing on high. So that also, well, it didn't matter on that first game, but we'll see if it amounts to anything in this second game.
Mm-mm.
Okay, Dave's splitting his board at this point, having to play on two sides, but that will give him some chances to just start playing in many places. Think he should be prioritizing at this point yellow, which is basically his top line, but yeah, we'll see how he handles that.
I definitely agree. Yeah, yellow is the thing he needs to be most careful with at the moment. Meanwhile, Swang has almost no blue left on his board. He can completely ignore it, as far as I'm concerned, and still have a good run here.
Yeah, I think there we go. He's going to be out at of blues as you pointed out. So
Look
yeah,
at this setup for the yellows, though. He had to break it. Too bad.
yeah, it was a good setup, but unfortunately he couldn't just figure out how to play it. So it happens sometimes.
And that break lets Dave out a little bit ahead at 115. What a great time for level 6.
Yeah, it's a great time, and Song shouldn't be too far behind. Yeah, he's going to be out under 130, which is an amazing time for a level 6. Dave once again with a kind of a split board at this point. Yeah, he's
Yeah, he has
not
like
getting
all
reds.
the stuff that he wants to play at the top is red, and so he's having to tuck on every single pill. That's got to hurt in terms of time because
Yeah,
that's
for
such an
sure.
intricate maneuver to have to make.
And you're going to need red yellows or double reds mostly because yeah, okay, other than that red blue, and now he opens up more options, but originally,
Column
yeah, that
6
right
and
side was
7 are really
paralyzed.
rough for him. But on Swang's board, he's got one column completely empty, and the other two are primarily red. So he's also tied up a little bit.
Yeah, the game is paralyzing both for our players at this point. So it's going to be who manages to play around those issues first. Swang's gonna have to play perhaps horizontally to get rid of those viruses on column 3 because they have some garbage on top.
Mm-mm. It does look like he's setting up for that for sure.
Yeah. Oh, there you
And
go.
this double
That's
red
going to.
takes care of the two space that he had in the reds above. That's very nice.
Yeah, and
The
then
Dave
afterwards.
getting in a little bit of trouble here. It looks like he made a trash column just a little bit earlier than he should have, and is now paying the price.
Yeah, and Song's gonna be out at 3 minutes. Beautiful time for going out of level 7. Yeah, Dave having to play around this garbage that's happening on the board, but he wasn't getting the right pills. You can see that he was getting yellows and blues, which weren't helping him.
And he's gonna have real trouble with the once again the blue in column 6. That's his problem this tournament.
Yeah,
Looks like
but
he's gonna get a nice horizontal tuck there. Perfect. Takes
yeah,
care of that problem.
that double blue basically just fixed every problem he had there. So he got lucky, but sometimes that's what you need in this game. He's going to be out at 346.
About 16 seconds behind. And Swang making quick work of level 8 here. He's getting a lot of one drop or no drop combos here. Very efficient way to make your clears. Looks like he's going to set up for some horizontal on the yellow and a horizontal on the blue to get himself into the game here. Almost
Yeah,
a
this
20 virus lead at this point.
Yeah, exactly what I was gonna point out there. He's very far ahead of, and at this point, it's going to require for Dave to go perhaps a bit more aggressive in his place, and yeah, that might mean risking it at this point because he is also down 1-0. Let's remember in the match.
Right.
And Swang, wow, gonna be out at 442. Great time, and he knows it. He's feeling it, as you can see.
That's a bop.
Having to fix there a bit of a misdrop, but quickly figuring out another misdrop there, giving Dave time to come back. So I don't know if
Is he
he's trying
tapping
to.
out? He's decided that the time
Oh
has
wow.
come. Enough
Okay,
mistakes
well,
were made that it's going to be more efficient to just restart.
yeah,
That's a
it
very
sometimes
brave
happens.
play. I don't think we've seen that yet this in this tournament series.
Yeah, it's not really a strategy many people go, if any, because it takes time while just waiting even for the ending screen and just having to reset. It takes time, and it's giving Dave a chance to come back.
He is still quite a bit behind, though. In fact, Swong taking another stab at level 9 and really making quite quick work of it. He's a little bit out of blue at the moment, so he's looking for ways to make plays that open up the few blues he has left on the bottom.
Yeah, Dave having to just overcome basically half a board at this point. So yeah, okay, that's double yellow, beautiful combo there to get rid of every yellow that was on the top line.
Every yellow on his entire board, very nearly. What is he going to do with the rest of the yellow pills he gets? Oh,
well,
no.
use them for setups, I guess, because yeah, at this point he doesn't have access at all to yellow. But hey, that's what
It's
happens
red, red,
when you go
red
for those
all day
for those
long
plays.
on Dave's board, while Swong coming down to the last little bit here. No red left, but only a little bit of yellow.
Yeah, completely opposite boards at this point. On the one side, not much yellow on the top line. On the other one, not much not much red on this one. So yeah, there you go.
Swong
And
gonna finish it off
song.
with a sweet tea at 6:46, a very solid time.
Yeah, nice. And that's going to mean that Song is going to take this one.
Looks like Dave might decide to finish it out again. Of course, completely reasonable. But Swong will be
No.
advancing to round 2.
Okay, Dave deciding there it wasn't. He wasn't going to finish that one. So yeah, there you go. GG's to Swang, and he's happy to make it out of round 1.